Yo, what's up? We're back again. We're wearing the same clothes. Oh yeah, we ain't no tramp. We're doing 2 shows in one day, and we got 2 yos.
Dude, you're getting worse. Just like...
No, I feel blessed to have seen one in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is blessed the right word or cursed?
Maybe I should prepare them. This is what happens when I don't prepare. See, I'm willing to fail. Anyway,
He's gonna come in with it
that
later.
rides on the last episode that you've just listened to, that we recorded 10 minutes ago. But we're doing 2 episodes in 1 week because I'm disappearing. We're back with another episode of the ins and outs. We have the lovely Naz with us.
It's me too. I'm part of Naz.
I know you pointed at Nina like...
Yeah.
This is all of Naz.
This is
The presentation. So guys, I have a topic I want to talk about, and you 2 are the perfect people to ask. Not you. You 2 are the perfect people to ask, but you'll have some good things to counter on. But you 2 are the perfect people to ask.
I'm going to play Snake on my phone then.
I thought that phone looked fucking old. You got Snake?
Yeah, man. No, I don't actually.
I was like, Jesus. Anywho, so topic of the day, as we know, is coming towards the end of term for those college students. I want to know, basically I want to talk about what they can kind of expect when they graduate. Ooh. Like maybe what kind of things you felt, what kind of things you what kind of things you struggled with after graduation, what kind of things you found helpful to do after graduation, because there's going to be so many graduates maybe thinking, oh my God, I'm about to go out and live the best life ever, or absolutely dreading it. And maybe you guys can bounce on some of those things. Go! I never graduated, so
I can kick it off. Well, yeah.
Thanks.
I think it's important to know that college is such a bubble. Like when you're at college, everything feels like amplified by times 100. Like every little thing, every like thing said gets blown out of proportion. And then like if you think about it, like now thinking back to college, it's like,
Why was I so worried?
yeah, why was I so stressful? Even little things like auditions for showpieces in college. Like
Feels
I like
huge, right?
have like 10 heart attacks going for this audition, and I go into auditions now and I'm like,
It's just so much less stress. You enjoy it.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
There's no well, I mean, obviously there's competition, but there's no like, oh, she stood over there in the corner. She's defo gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like, just...
I know.
So
I feel
much
like it's a
less
weird... I
pressure.
feel like in my head, I thought that going into auditions post-college would be so much more of a big deal. But I actually feel like, obviously they're still a big deal, but the way that I react to them and the way that I feel going into them is completely different.
Yeah.
Because it's not so pressurized behind it. Like you're going in there for you and you're like presenting
Yeah.
yourself.
Why do you feel like it feels so much more pressurized though in college?
I think
Like when there's no paycheck on the line. There's no...
I think because they create this whole like, especially Move It classic. It's like
Move it.
it's like if you don't get in the Move It piece, then
You're a
everyone
failure.
then it's
You're
like
never gonna
you're not
dance.
good
You're not gonna
you're
get
never
a
gonna
job.
make it. Like your life is over. It's like life or death if you're in the Move It piece, and then
Yeah.
you just think, if I'm not in this, then I must be rubbish compared to everybody else. Why am I here? Why am I at this college if I don't get?
Yeah,
the Move
do you know
It
what?
piece?
It's funny. Like, I've taught colleges for quite a while. Like, so many people when they leave college actually strive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the time I see the ones that are in college that were maybe like, you have like the 1%ers, which are like kill it at college and kill it straight away when they leave. Do you know what I mean? Who go straight into maybe work. Like, they're a 1%er. And then you have the people at college which like kill it, and then when they leave, it kind of falls because like they
It's
were
like what
always
you
given
said before.
they were always given so much success at college that then they've got to work hard again, and they're not used to that
Yeah, they've
feeling.
been given everything. Yeah.
And then you have
Yeah.
the ones at college which are like, you know, maybe they're not like the favorites, but they actually strive when they leave because they're so used. The grind continues
the grind,
for them.
yeah,
Yeah.
the grind never stops.
It
Literally.
just gets a little more exciting because
Yeah.
there's more variety maybe, or more options.
Yeah, definitely the underdogs overtake him.
Yeah.
Love it.
Did we speak about this on the episode quite recently? This is
Yeah,
such a...
you did.
Was that
Yeah, we
Hannah?
spoke about
Yeah.
that before with
Yeah,
Hannah.
yeah.
But like they've graduated like in the past 3 years. 2 years, 3 years? 3, right? Stale.
Wait, no,
Ouch.
you've graduated before Taz, didn't you?
No, year
No,
after.
year after.
Even though, because I went to college at 16.
Ah.
But like graduates are about to graduate college now. So like what can they expect?
I think the hardest thing for me was losing that routine. and like you've been in education, you get told what to do, you do this, you go to college, you do class, lovely. And then like as soon as I left, and also like when I was at Addict, it was like I felt I was like more relatable to everyone. I could relate to everyone so much more. And then when I went home and was with muggles, like being back at home,
Everyone laughs at that. All my
know,
family that listen to this are like, why do you keep calling everyone muggles? I was like,
but let them keep listening.
yeah.
like I felt like I couldn't relate to anyone, and I felt so out of depth, like that kind of like I didn't fit in being back home. Like Addict was more of my home than when I went back home.
Interesting.
So I felt so like lost and like, oh my God, what do I do now? Like nobody kind of gets where I'm coming from. And it like, then it was a very, very small circle back home of who
Also,
could
get
be
ready for
by
the
me.
question. Get
Wait,
ready for
they're
the
all in this
question.
room.
What are you doing?
This is my circle.
That is it.
Go on, what was that?
Get ready for the question. Everyone's like, so what are you doing right now? Like all your friends from school, they're like, so why aren't you the lead in a West End musical, filming 4 films and shooting 10 commercials? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Like that question, not that I struggle with that question, but like that's the main thing, because people that don't get our industry, that's just what you ask someone like that has a normal 9-to-5 job, like, oh, how's work going? But then when they don't realise that when they're asking you that, it almost has like, sometimes it comes across with like a tinge of like, why aren't you doing that?
But it felt like I had to prove myself
Yeah.
and go, no, but I am actually
But
doing
I am
something.
doing stuff, yeah.
Now when people ask me that question, I'm just like, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm just going with the flow. I don't stress
I'm
about it
making
now.
myself happy, yeah.
Do you get asked, this is my fucking pet peeve, where like you'll be like with your family or something and like Beyonce come and tell you, man, like someone will be like,
You could do that.
You could do that.
You could
And I'll
do
be
that.
like, well, physically, yes, but actually like I'm a short white ginger guy. So I don't really fit that. So you don't have fucking clue what you're talking about.
Actually, shut up.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Nan, you can also polish the counters in the house. That doesn't mean you can clean the Empire State Building. Like,
This is true.
do you know what I mean? Granted, it's not there. But, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As that used to be my killer. You could do that, couldn't you? Physically, yes. Literally, no.
Yeah.
Literally.
And yeah, I think another thing as well is learning how to flip rejection into like
Motivation.
a motivation, and it's not a personal thing. Like I think that's something that you can only learn, as much as people tell you that like it's not personal, it's like it can be anything, any factor. You have to feel that yourself to kind of learn how to use that as motivation.
But why wasn't that? Why wasn't it the same when you're in college? If you get rejected in college, why does it feel personal there then?
I don't know. Some switch.
Like what is
flipped.
like I don't get what it is about college, which feels like I understand that colleges are like they're an amazing place to be, and you'll spend so long there that I understand the bubble thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand it becomes so consuming of all your thoughts because you spend 10 hours a day there. And it's the same people for 3 years. But like, what about it makes it feel more personal than going out into the big wide world where it actually matters?
Perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's because it's the people you respect.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't get into a college piece, like,
Is it that deep?
it's maybe it sucks for you like emotionally and mentally, but like it doesn't determine if you pay your bills. It doesn't determine if you eat food. It doesn't go on your CV. If it does go on your CV, it doesn't count. It's not a job. Take it off.
It's because I'm gonna guess it's because you got to live with those people. So
Yeah, but
it's
you're kind of just surrounded by
you're
that.
living with their opinion.
But so are you in the real world, bro.
Yeah, but
Like
if
when
you go to an
they
audition
all
with
go
20,
yeah, but she'll see the same people at every audition she goes to, right? It's the same.
Same
but
casting
but you
directors,
don't
same.
know them. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I think it
I
is
think
something
it's-
to do
I
with
think it's an
respect.
opinion-based thing, isn't it?
I think that you've spent 3 years with, let's just say, showpiece, teachers picking showpiece, 3 years gaining the respect of your teacher who you respect so much. Like, your teachers are your inspiration, really. That
Hopefully.
then, well, yeah, hopefully, depends where you go, but yeah. And then, well, and then,
right.
yeah, then perhaps it just comes across that they don't believe in you, as opposed to it's not about you. And you don't get taught that. You just get, your name goes up on the board on a white piece of paper and you're not on that piece of paper, and then you're like, I'll go to ballet now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that it's not, I don't know how to explain it.
I think like once you go out into the real world, I think then suddenly kind of everybody's in the same bubble.
Yeah.
I think when you're at college, you have the different groups, like you have your favorites, you have whatever, and then you get out into the real world, and then suddenly, oh, we're all in the same bubble, we're all fighting for a job, and there's no favorites.
Do you feel like it's more equal?
Yeah.
I get you, but like you are equal in college. I know it doesn't feel that way, but you are.
Yeah.
It matters even less. Like that's what blows my mind.
Like
if you really think about it, like it matters less.
Yeah.
Like the only thing
that's not how cultures.
No, I know it's
work.
not, but I know, but I'm trying to figure out why. Like, why do we feel like college does that to us? Like, so what's the difference? So when these graduates
there's
are leaving,
historical information to base it off. Like, if me and Nina were like opposites, but we beef with each other, like, and then Nina gets the job, there's historical relation and historical emotions to base my feelings off. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's because there's an emotional history there, which you have it to base off. That's what I think anyway. Like,
yeah, obviously, like in college, you want to be in the pieces or whatever because maybe like the teacher's gonna hire you then when you're outside of college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's that kind of teacher or that kind of piece.
I also think that obviously, like once you leave college, you're like just naturally your growth. You're older. Like when I went to college, I was 16, and now I'm 20. Like just growth as a person.
Yeah, you learn
that
more
I
about
understand
yourself.
that that's kind of the way the world works, and you have to have that experience to understand.
That's a good way of
it.
putting it. It's like it's you learning
maturity.
how to.
Yeah, you just.
Yeah, because maybe if you went into the real world at 16, you wouldn't know how to handle it.
Oh no.
do you think dancers at college are more mature than the average 16 to 20-year-old? Because you have to go through so much rejection and like cultural disparity, and like you go through so many more life experiences than a normal college student. Because you're already going through like audition processes, or as you said, like move at piece rejections, etc. Like rather than just turning up to a college, learning about physics, and then doing a test at the end of the year. Like you're constantly being tested. So do you reckon you?
I think it depends on the student.
Yeah, I think it depends.
Because
on
like
the
I
person.
teach students that have been in a college for 4 years and they're no more mature, like than maybe a specific first year coming in.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybelline, am I right? Maybe it's Maybelline. Like resilience as opposed to maturity.
Yes.
Perhaps. But I think.
Well, hopefully it'll teach you resilience.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone gets resilient. I think some people quit. I think college is a good factor to decide if you're going to make it or not. It teaches you if this is actually what you want to do.
Yeah.
But then,
Do you want to dance 8 hours or sing or perform 8 hours every single day? Because once upon a time you did it for 1 hour in the evening and it felt like amazing.
At your local dance school.
At your local dance
Yeah.
school
In
with
a
like
church
Sally
hall.
Street Jazz. And now
Always
like
a Sally.
Always a
you're
Sally.
yeah.
And now you're doing it like, and you were the
You're
best.
a small fish in a big
And
pond
now
now.
you're the small fish in a big pond. Like, is this still what you want to do 8 hours a day? Because when something's your hobby and you do it all the time, it doesn't feel the same.
but then I feel also like once you leave, a massive amount of people drop it.
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Because
Especially for our years, because it's been a
COVID.
little bit
COVID.
different.
Team
Yeah.
COVID.
It's been, I think, it's harder for people. Therefore, maybe they realise quicker that it's just not for them. Which is, I think, also really. I don't think people talk about it enough. That's a really brave thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
if your whole life you've been doing something and everyone's just thought that that's what you're going to do your whole life, and you're like, actually, this isn't making me happy anymore. I'm going to do something for myself. Like, I don't think people talk about that enough. That's
I
a
rate
really
people
brave
that can
thing.
do
Yeah,
that.
I think that's a really brave thing to do, and I respect people a lot for doing that.
Because they're worried about maybe quitting of what
Yeah.
other people will think or people will deem you as a failure.
Yeah.
I get that. I was worried when I come back from LA that people would think I'm a failure. So I get that. Whereas it was like, no, I'm just happier. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
just
You've got to put
it's a better
yourself
life
first.
choice.
Yeah.
What things do you think people can look forward to? When they leave?
Community. I think like lots of people say that it can be quite toxic, but I literally love that
found
there's
it.
so.
I haven't found it toxic.
No, I thought you meant you haven't found the community. I was like,
Oh, no.
no, but yeah,
It's like
I think
every Sunday.
yeah, I think that it's so nice how many different people that you would never, like in normal life, if I wasn't, like I would never bond with these people, and you all bond over something that you love and that you're really passionate about. So I think that makes it even more amazing because you can relate to those people. And that then I know so many people that since leaving college that I would never have met before.
Yeah.
And now it's just so amazing. Like, go to class and you see loads of people you know. It's so fun. Making new friendships, making new connections.
What was the question? You might...
Like, what positive things can they look forward to when they leave college?
Like, you can do what you want now. I think that's like, I think I sometimes forget that, like, every day I get to choose what I get to do. Like, I'm not doing a 9-to-5 job where I have to do this every day. I have to go in every day. Like, my life changes and suits to the way I want it.
Yeah.
Like, we're so lucky.
Where some people
that.
might have to go and do a 9-to-5 to survive, but then like I also think you have the choice of what 9-to-5 you do.
Yeah.
Like, you always have the choice. I don't like when people go, well, I have to. There's never like, you have to eat and you have to breathe. Like everything else is optional. Like, you dictate what else happens.
Like, there's so much freedom once you leave. Don't be scared of the freedom.
Yeah, sometimes
Don't
I
let
think it
it
can come across
overtake
quite
you.
daunting. Like, that suddenly you're like, whoa, now I've got to make all these decisions, and that every decision that I make comes back on me. Whereas in college, when you're making those decisions, you can just be like, oh, it's okay.
It's college.
Yeah. But now every decision that you make, that's your brand. It comes back on you. So
That's why I always say college is easy, because all the hard decisions are made for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they choose who your
you
ballet
get.
teacher is. They choose your timetable. They choose everything. Like, all you have to do is show up and put in your effort. Whereas now the ball's in your court. Like, it's harder
Yeah.
if you
also
if
more-
you don't know what to do, or you're not willing to research or take those risks. But also it's more exciting,
More rewarding,
because
yeah.
you can maybe, like, do you know what? I'm never going to need to do a learning how to read music class again.
Yeah. Don't have to write an essay.
Yeah.
Ever again.
It can be more beneficial. It just, I think it depends on your characteristics, right? Because like leaving college for me, like, I didn't graduate, I dropped out, but it was the best thing in the world because I dictated my timetable, which was the win.
Yeah, I'm definitely the happiest I've ever been now. Like, college was so amazing and I literally loved it. I couldn't have thought of a better place to spend 3 years of training, but now I'm just like so happy.
But that set you up for going into where you
Yeah,
are,
exactly.
right? It gave you the foundation and the understanding of your body and how to look after yourself and how to know what a tondu is.
And we're fading out. Jake's bored of us.
Jake's like, I'm not
I
talking.
thought, well, Jake hasn't spoken in like 20 minutes, so I thought he was actually asleep with his eyes open.
Can you tell if they're open or not?
No. I didn't want to say that though. Yeah, it's interesting. Because you're right, a lot of people drop off after college.
So many.
And
It surprised me how many
How many people from your year group do you think still dance? Like, what kind of, we're going to do a Jake and go, what percentage?
What percentage?
Classic.
If you say the wrong one, he'll figure it out.
Maybe like 30%.
Have dropped out or
No,
still dance?
in.
20%
Maybe.
for my year, I reckon.
That's crazy.
Or it could be some people aren't like posting about it.
Also, like, it's
Oh,
so
yeah,
hard
that's
to
true.
tell.
That's so true.
Like-
People just don't put it on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I could be blinded by that and not see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's also not everything. Like,
Do you have much contact with your year?
No.
hang on.
That pause with,
No, I'm trying to figure out, with my, like, set, obviously you're in sets at college, with my sets, we talk, what are you going to say?
I think it's crazy that you're in sets. Like, when I was in college, I had a class.
Yeah.
Like, that's how that's how different it is now.
That
In terms
we
of
talk,
volume of people.
I mean, we definitely don't talk
Volume.
every day, but, like, we keep in contact. I've got, like, a group of probably 4 or 5 people from college that are, like, my rocks. Like, they're super close to me, and everyone else, like, I'm always sending out love and support.
Am I
but
one of them rocks?
Always a rock.
Safe.
But-
College friends. Met her at college.
Literally.
Met her at college. She's my college friend.
Oh my god, yeah. 6, not joking. But yeah, it's hard. You can't. How many people are in your year? Like, I think like we had like 60.
Don't know, but
Yeah, we
now
had
like
about-
now they got like 120. Something
Yeah,
like that.
it's obviously impossible to stay in contact with that many people. But I always like to reach out every now and then. I do a little thing that I send everyone a message, like the same like little quote, and just be like, "Hope everyone's okay. Thinking of you all," because I think it's nice to keep in contact with those people. And they were like your family for 3 years. Like, you can't just forget that at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bridge opportunity later down the line as well, potentially.
Yeah.
Businessman in the corner.
Businessman in the corner.
Make a phone call, close the deal.
Close the deal. But yeah. No, not... In an ideal world, obviously I'd love to keep in contact with everyone, but it's... especially when you go to college as well, you all come into one place, but you're all from all over the country. It's not like you all live in the same place and you can pop down the road to see your friends. Like, my best friend's from Iceland. Like, I can't, and he's in LA at the moment. Like, I can't just go over and pop over to see him.
Baldwin living his best life.
Baldwin, shout out Baldwin, love you.
What do you wish you knew when you were graduating that you know now?
Okay.
Or is there anything? It might not be.
Well, I mean, it's general. Like, being a favourite isn't everything. It's not the end all if you're not a favourite.
You were a favourite though, right?
Not.
Yeah, I was about to say you were literally a favourite.
I was like, from what I've heard.
No, but like, I felt like in first year and second year, I felt it was over lockdown. It kind of.
I imagine everyone saw how fucking hard you work, and you like that's what paid off. And like we spoke about on the previous episode, like your willingness to show up and your willingness to put in, like as if you stood at the back of the fire exit or when they leave stage door and say, you are going to see me now. Your resilience to keep pushing through. That's what made you become maybe a favourite.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
you were literally in my studio like every day for like 8 hours.
Because like that was her as well. Like that's the one trait that you both have in common is like your work ethic. Like
I missed it.
two, you're both short, but like besides that, you both have incredible work ethic and talent. But loads of people are talented, but not loads of people have your drive. And like for me, that's what made me resonate with both of you a lot, and like kind of want to be more involved in your lives is how hard you work and your willingness to like prevail and not have an excuse.
And I think also calling it work is funny to me because it doesn't feel like what, like when I get to dance and get to do that thing, like there's such a contrast in my life between my part-time job auditioning and like that part of my life, performing, auditioning, dancing, does not feel like work at all. Do you know what I mean? Like when I say work ethic, I'm like, I'm literally just doing what I love.
Yeah, because like when you say favourites, like obviously I didn't really know you essentially before lockdown. We'd met, but we didn't know each other. But you doing Zoom classes with me and me seeing how you're putting in the most through Zoom all the time made me go, oh, she's became one of my favourites. Now one of my favourite humans, not even one of my favourite dancers. And like, you know, I taught you at college and you're one of my favourites, but I didn't know you. But again, like Zoom, you both had this thing which made you become my favourites was that you're like, your drive to just go. And like there was no holding back. There was 100% commitment. You always, and like I said, just show up. You were always there. There would never be like a, why aren't they on? Why aren't they on Zoom? Why aren't they this? You both have that.
Oh, I didn't get that. I don't. When people didn't turn up on Zoom classes.
Do you know what I mean? And to me, like they're like, I'm like now, when I look back, I'm like, yeah, I can't recall the time. I would always be like, if I'm teaching a class, I'd always get to say your names because you're always
I'd be
there.
like, Kane, can I come join your class, please, on Zoom?
Yeah, on Zoom. She'd be like, can I do your next lesson? I'd be like, you've just done it twice out your garden, but cool. Like, of course you can. Go and dance in the sun.
Also, the resilience. Because I feel sometimes there's so much of like fear of missing out on stuff. But like the fun stuff, like outside of college.
Like partying, drinking.
So it's like, in the long run, it's okay to sacrifice that stuff if you want to do that.
Yeah.
And don't feel guilty for that. Don't feel like you have to fit in with the trends to do that.
Like your goody two shoes for like getting in early and doing the extra.
You don't
practice.
have to apologise to anyone for what makes you happy.
Yeah. No, I'm with that.
I think.
As a old man, looking back though, I also think like, don't not enjoy those times.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be like, do you know what? I can't go and have fun and be a human. Because like, I was at the beginning of dance life, like all I cared about was making sure I was ready, and I was never hungover and I was never tired. And yes, granted, that's a huge part of why I had a lot of opportunities and a lot of opportunities came my way. But also I did lose out on opportunities because I didn't go and socialize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying it as a playing game, but also I miss out on memories like actually just being a human, because we are a human first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dancing, we are not dancers, we're humans who like to dance. Like when people go, you're a dancer, like no, I'm a human that likes to dance. Yes, you're a dancer, of course, but essentially we all have one common thing, is that we're people, not that we dance.
Yeah.
I also think one for me definitely is to listen to your gut. I always say to lead with feeling. I know that obviously you have to like pair that with thinking about it at the same time, but if you feel that something is or isn't right for you, it's probably right. Like at college, I feel like you make those decisions, you feel like it's a trend, and you have to make those decisions because everyone else is making those decisions.
Cheap mentality.
It's like what to wear.
Yeah, what to wear. What?
Like what
that is
you're
such a big
wearing.
thing at college, what to wear to an audition. I'm like...
Or like everybody seems to wear the exact same
Yeah.
stuff.
It's trendy, yeah.
Yeah.
99%, 1%. Just saying.
Yeah. It's true. And also, just believe in yourself. You just need to back yourself.
I mean, that's my ultimate is if you don't
Yeah.
believe in you, how's anyone else going to?
You can be everyone else's biggest cheerleader, but you also need to be your own biggest cheerleader.
Jake, no one will invest in much as you do. I got it wrong, didn't I?
People always invest in you less than what you invest in yourself.
Yeah.
That's a
definitely.
Jake Gibson special.
So Jake Gibson?
yes.
We should get that, like... We'll get
Where's
Scarlett,
the-
we'll get Scarlett to
You're going to
paint
run out of
it.
space.
We'll run out of space.
You're going to run out of space.
Just get it.
Live, laugh, love.
Dance like nobody's watching. I hate that fucking quote. The
Well,
worst
no,
quote.
you got a jumper that completely counters it.
I know, that's why I got it, because it's the stupidest quote ever. Dance like no one's watching. Mark it. I always mark everything, that's a lie. Yeah, I just think it's interesting. Like, did you went to college, right?
No. I went to hairdresser college.
Yeah. So, I know you didn't go dance
Well, I
college.
quit after like 6 months.
We
I said to them, "You're shit." I basically said, "You're shit," and you'll sign me off when my employers say that I'm ready, and they let me go. And so no, never did the college life. I just went to work.
Also, you're going to be fine. Just to
Oh,
say that. Like,
yeah.
you're actually going to be fine. Like, please don't stress that much. Like, you're going to be fine. I believe in you. You're going to be great. I feel like people need to be told that. I feel like they get so stressed. Like, take a deep breath. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out the way it's meant to work out. You
Everything
got
happens
this.
for a reason.
You know who I think the biggest winners are?
Jake hates that
I
quote.
hate that. 'cause
What do you
it's
say?
saying
Everything
happens for a reason.
Fucking, I hate that.
Hate it. It's just
No,
like
everything
like it.
happens the way you make it
the
happen.
way you make it happen. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
It happens for a
everything,
reason.
Hey.
Happens for a reason. If you make it happen, it still happens for a reason.
Yeah, but that's not the meaning of
Yeah,
the
but
quote.
there's no like. Okay, here we go.
Hey, it looks nice on my wallpaper, so shut up.
Everything happens for a reason for me. It's a way of people going, I
Getting
don't
It's a
need to be
coping
accountable
mechanism.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
For
coping
the way
mechanism.
things turned out.
And it's like saying there's some fucking higher power controlling that shit. You are the higher
And I
power.
hope.
Sorry.
Go.
Also, you're going to be following all the people who are successful. So all you're going to be seeing all the time is successful people.
Yeah.
And that definitely hit me as I graduated. I was like, all these people are getting jobs and they just graduated. Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I'm not going to do anything. But like, because you're following all these incredible people who are always booking, you're not seeing all the graduates from every
That
other
are
college
also-
who are in exactly the same position as you.
100%, that's great. But then to counter that, all the successful ones are the people that you need to be with.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
your tribe is your vibe.
Your tribe is your vibe. I like that.
If you surround yourself by
Yes.
sharks, like you'll learn how to be a shark. You know what I mean? Like you just have to adapt. And like that was when I dropped out of college and I moved to London, I just happened to fall into
The Shark Tank.
the Shark Tank. I was with all the best of the
John
best.
Graham, the shark.
And I was fucking Nemo. Do you know what I mean? And I had to adapt. Otherwise I'd fail.
Yeah.
I think the most successful people really are the ones which, no matter what their outcome is when they leave, still love dancing.
Yeah, it's yeah.
They're
Find
the
a way
ones
to
that
continue
win.
the passion.
They're the ones
interesting.
that win. It's not the ones which book all the jobs. It's
There's
not the
a-
ones which, because there's loads of people that book jobs that don't love what they do. That don't end up loving it. Like
Yeah.
I've done loads of jobs, done fucking loads of jobs. And there's loads that I didn't like.
We pick,
so to
like-
me, that's not winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cool, I've got it on a piece of paper and it says I've done it and I've experienced it. Cool, and I can put it on a show reel, but like, I didn't love it. Like, do you know what I would have loved more? Taking John and Marcus on a Thursday. That's
Yeah.
winning to me.
There's
like,
a quote that I think kind of coexists in that. It's like, the man who loves walking more than the man who loves the destination will always walk further. So it's like, love the process more than the actual end product.
that's fucking gangster. Whereas
is.
I was end product driven forever.
Yeah.
I was always end product driven. Never like the journey driven.
I was going to say that. Can I ask a question? Just like a random thing. Would you rather do your dream job and just do your dream job like that, and then you can't ever dance again, like you just do your dream job, or would you rather do every other job, like do every other job apart from your dream job?
You asking me?
Yeah.
My dream job.
Interesting.
Or
And
you
never dance again.
and
You
then
do
you
your
never-
dream job so you never dance again.
Or can you
Oh.
do your dream job continually?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like your dream job, and that's
No, that's not. No.
it's actually like a one-time gig,
Yeah.
and you're out.
Oh, I don't know. It's so hard. Like to do like I Love You for Justin Timberlake on stage would literally be the most fulfilling. Like I always say, once I do that, you can have my legs. I don't need them.
Well, then I guess that's your answer.
I don't know though, because I do like I can't imagine not like
Exactly. Yeah.
not just dancing for me.
Which then I think puts. The reason I wanted to ask you that is because I think it puts it into perspective for people that are looking for their dream job, because you who have done amazing jobs is saying that even your dream job wouldn't sway you from dancing every day.
I think I say I would choose my dream job just for like shock value of how much I want to do it. But the reality is like
Because you love the process.
Yeah.
You love walking.
I just love dance.
Yeah. I think.
I love dancing to
Yeah.
music. Like the best lesson for me was going and taking John's beginners class at Pineapple. When he still has a beginners class, but like when I used to go and take his beginners class just for fun, and seeing people which would come from their muggle job and they're like lawyers and
Yeah.
bankers and whatever, and they all come and they dance 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week,
the energy is different.
and their love for being in that room
Yeah.
and not getting a step right was far more superior than me stressing about getting a step right. Like them not having a clue what's going on, but just actually having so much fun and loving dance. And they still dance now, and they've worked their way from like his beginners class to his advanced class, and they all fucking roast. But they just come because they love it. Like
That's the reason we do what we
to-
do at the end of the day.
that's the original reason you started it, because
Yeah.
you love it. To me, they're winning.
Yeah.
They're winning more than the person like
Who's crying in the corner because they
crying
can't
in
be
the corner
upset.
because they got cut from that audition.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And it's going to take them a week to get over it. That's a victory. So I think whatever you can do to keep your love for dance going, that's the win. And like, so if you drop out of college, or you leave college, I should say, you graduate and you're like, do you know what, this isn't for me, but you still continue to take classes, or you open a dance school or something, like, to me, that's the real victory. I know that's not what you maybe trained for, or what you had in your head, but like, that's the win. Because also the things what you think is successful are going to change. So like mine
moving
was, I just
goalpost.
wanted to be in Dance to Excess. That was my
Yeah,
dream.
yeah.
I got into Dance
The
to
full
Excess.
stop.
Then it was, I just want to be on a music video. I was on a music video. Then it was Alexandra Burke. Did that. I wanted to be a bad boy. Then I wanted to do X Factor.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, then I
Love
wanted to
that.
go to LA. Like, then I wanted to teach at a college. Then I wanted to buy a house. Like, it's a forever moving destination. So like, I just think whatever you do, as long as you're loving dancing still, you're the real winner who's graduated. Or even if it's singing or performing, whatever you went to
Yeah.
college for. If you still have that passion and you still get to do it and feel the love, you're winning, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Would you rather do your dream job or every other job but?
No, every other job, but for real. I literally
Yeah.
love dancing too much to, like, to throw
What
that
is your
away.
dream job?
My dream job is Hamilton. Ensemble in
Really?
Hamilton, yeah.
Nina, you're up.
Yeah, I do every other job.
What's your dream job?
Wait, I think I know this one.
But I've got my dream job, kind of.
What's that? Dancing.
Doing a podcast with us, guys.
Well, Thriller Live has been one of my dreams since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I would do every other job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to keep dancing.
Oh, I thought it was Mermaid for Magic Mike. Whoops.
Just want Manny to roll on me. It's my dream job to be mermaid in Magic Mike as well. No, it's interesting. Because like, if we do the same conversation in a year's time and ask you your dream job, I bet you it's different.
Yeah.
Yours might, like, unless like,
No, I think
if
for
you
sure.
once you achieve that,
But I've
it'll
also
change.
got so many dream jobs. Like,
'Cause
when
mine
you
has
asked
never
me,
changed,
Yeah, when you
ever.
asked me that question, I was like,
the dream job has
Yeah.
never changed
yeah,
because I've not done it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I've had other dream jobs, but the pinnacle dream job. Like, I've done other ones. Like, my dream was to do Dancing with the Stars, and I did it. Do you know what I mean? But the pinnacle is
One last thing.
cool.
I think that to learn not to dwell too much on the rejection. Like, I always say to myself after an audition, like, whatever the outcome or like after you hear back, I give myself like half an hour to cry if I need to cry. Then I give myself like an hour to feel sad and mopey and that the whole world hates me. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, I think it's important to not drag that with you because that's like the baggage.
Yeah,
like
baggage
that's like
sucks.
going into an audition with like a fat rucksack on filled with bricks. It's basically the same
filled with
thing.
rejection, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you just need to learn that it's okay. What's meant for you won't pass you by.
But like, you need to know that like if I come out of an audition, I don't get it. I'm like, well, I know I killed it. It's
Yeah, I think that's always a nice
because of my
feeling.
hair or it's because of my height.
Yeah, but what if you didn't kill it?
Well,
Can you accept that you didn't kill it?
yeah. But like, if there's a situation,
Because like, do you remember when I did that Barbie audition and I left like, oh, I was the worst in the room? Like, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, I need to make sure that next time I'm prepared for
Yeah.
that.
Are you?
No, I'm not going to the audition again.
Yeah.
Nice. Good chat.
Good chat.
Jake, this is the least you've spoke
I know.
ever.
I know.
You
It's been quite
actually,
nice actually. I've just been
Okay.
pressing
you,
buttons.
talk, you talk more when you're asleep.
He's dropped a couple of nuggets though, a couple of good quotes.
Chicken
A
nuggets.
little bit of sprinkle.
Corn nuggets.
No, chicken nuggets.
Corn. So, guys, I've not seen my face this whole episode. Look. Follow me at Miserable Change. Follow Jake at Gibson_media_. Follow Nina at Nina Hayward_. And follow Taz
Here we go.
at Taz Rain, spelt incorrectly, RAINE_. On
There's a lot of
Instagram.
underscores going on here.
And
isn't there?
at the Ins and Outs podcast.
Of course. And subscribe.
Subscribe on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to all that jazz.
Switch
Guys.
the camera. No! Switch the camera.
Wait, sorry. Now fade.